The shopping particle is that moment of truth when a customer, from all the choices in front of them, has decided to buy a particular product at a particular price from a particular retailer. They've gone from someone researching, someone committing to buying. There's still a load of things that can happen to them between actually making that decision and buying it and then sticking with it and not returning it. But that moment of choice is the one that we're calling the shopping particle. As we know, there's choice everywhere now. People are being bombarded by choice, and retailers need to understand the choices that the customers are faced with and how they arrive at the choices and the decisions that they do in order to be able to take influence, to influence those towards them and towards their brand. We think there's plenty of information out there already, much of which exists within a retailer's organisation, which if they knew how to maybe unlock it or bring it to the moment of decision across the business, whether you're sitting in buying or marketing or finance or retail or even in IT, that decision needs to be informed by what do the customers think and how can I positively influence them to choose my brand over any of the others that are out there. So Hitachi Consulting are helping retailers in that search for the moment of decision by a couple of things. Firstly, we've undertaken some new research, talking to 1,000 consumers about their shopping journeys and about their appetite for new technologies and also their experience of online, how it's impacted their expectations of the in-store environment. And that's the first area. The second then is we're practically helping retailers look across the information that they already hold and trying to work out how to make sense of that and how to bring that customer's voice to the moment of business decision, irrespective of where in the organisation they're sitting. Retailers are facing plenty of challenges at the moment. As we know, the high street is tough, competition is strong, and there's no let-up in the pace of change that retailers are seeing in their operating models. And what that's doing is driving complexity throughout their organisation, and it's getting harder and harder to make decisions based on, as we know, retailers' detail. But often those decisions are being based on averages of averages or on assumptions about the old way of working. And we think the same is true for customers as well. The customer data and the customer insight that retailers really need is getting harder and harder to find. It's like trying to find the proverbial needle in the haystack or to hack your way through the jungle of data that's out there. Those are some of the key issues that retailers are finding. It's not the lack of desire to understand the customer, it's lack of actually having the tools and the time to think through the challenges in front of them. What surprised me in the research finding is quite how prevalent, first of all, the internet is in the shopping journey. I know for me it's very important, but we saw that over 90% of consumers either always or often research something online before they go out to buy it in store. Also, for some demographics, that rises up to way over 95%, especially amongst younger people. That's staggering, seeing just quite how prevalent it is. And I think we also found that half of all of our respondents owned a smartphone, for whom many of them are already using them in store as part of their natural buying, bringing together that digital world and that physical world into one. We also looked at things like the uptake of some of the modern technologies and the in-store technologies and things like QR codes. It was quite surprising to see that almost 1 in 4 smartphone users are already scanning QR codes in store on their visits, trying to get extra product information or even thinking about maybe discounts and promotions. And that was one of the strong messages that came back about how retailers could better serve their customers in store, was giving them personalised promos and discounts that would appeal to them as an individual consumer. And things like contactless payment as well. We're not quite sure how this is going to play out, but nationally 11% of people have used contactless payment, and in Greater London that's up to 1 in 4, 25%, with a further 10% said they'd be very comfortable to use that going forward. So it's clear that the ground is changing and there are some technologies that are gaining rapid adoption and usage, and it's now down to the retailers to work out how to really leverage those in their businesses. So we feel like we've taken an important first step, which is obviously a great place to start. However, looking forward, we wanted to further that conversation with our retailer customers and clients. We're also thinking of what's next in terms of research, what would help them better understand their customer and how can we bring that to bear for them. But also specifically we're looking to help retailers understand what their specific customers have been saying about shopping with them and their attitudes to these technologies, and we're trying to line up some meetings with retailers to take them through that in a bit more detail and understand what some of their challenges are with hearing that customer voice and how we might be able to assist them in that journey.